You are live. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are. I want to welcome you to another weekend edition of Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am Pastor Willie, your host, and I am so happy to be with you on this day. Whew, this year is moving right along, y'all. We're almost at the end of July. I think we have one more weekend, one more Friday in July. So I welcome you to this day's edition of Fundraising Fridays. Guess what? We're going to talk about legacy today. We're going to talk about, you know, a lot of organizations, they come together and they start building their brand. We build our organization, we build our nonprofit. But today I want to talk about how to build a legacy using your nonprofit. How about that? We've been working on our fundraising framework. A lot of our posts, my co-host, my partner, Brother Mark is with us today. Thank God it's Fundraising Friday, everyone. That's what he's saying. I totally agree with you. Good morning, good evening to you and to everybody in your family. Tell them all we said hello. And the weekend is already upon you. Mine is not far away. You will pray for me. I'm going to head into Jacksonville, which is about 2.5, 3 hours away from me, going north from where I live. And this weekend, I'm taking a course on fingerprinting and live scanning. We're going to add that addition to Ella's work with her nonprofit, with her LLC of fundraising. No, that's my portion. We're going to add that to Ella's portion of her healthcare division of her work. Many of the people she trains and she's coaching and she's helping them become HHAs, home health aides, certified nursing assistants, and beyond certified medical techs. She's doing all that training now, and many of them need to be certified. Not only they have to have background checks. So we're stepping into the lane of doing that for her business today. So tomorrow, I'll get that training there. There's the topic today. You got it, and that's what we're doing. We're building our legacy too. Um, one of my business partners now, my son Andre, he's he works for a private agency that works for the federal government in cybersecurity. And when I mentioned that to him, he lit up. Yeah, that's a great move. And when he moves toward his retirement in the next couple of years, that's something he can latch on to right away. Latch onto it now, use it there, use it here in Fort Lauderdale, wherever he decides to retire. That's a piece of business that we can do as a family and branch on and can do it anywhere because it really does. I'm going to have a conversation with my daughter up in Warren because she owns a business. She has a facility that she can do that. She's working with youth and adults in hospital every day. So why not train someone in our family, build a legacy that can add to the business that we're already doing? So that gives you an idea of what I'm talking about today. And again, you know, funded from fundability to a legacy, building an organization that can outlive you. A lot of nonprofits are family owned. We all vision having our family as a part of our work. And it's sometimes difficult because children grow up with their own vision, their own desire of what they want to do. And in some countries, you can tell your children, but many of them, you tell them what you want them to do. But many of them grow up with their own ideas and their own vision of what they want to do. But something like this, for example, we want to help families build their legacy. So if you know a leader or a nonprofit that can benefit from what we're talking about today, going from fundability, but how to build that legacy, tell them to tag in, connect to them, send them a link so that they can come and join this conversation today about going from fundability, but how to build a legacy that lasts. That sound okay to you all? And that's really what we want to do. And so, again, we've been having that important conversation in these last few weeks about fundability and why capacity building comes before fund. I'm working with an organization out of Lorain, Ohio, and we did that organizational piece. It's now set in stone. But so now we want to build on that capacity and go into some funding opportunities for them. So today I sent them approximately 15 to 25 um, ways that we're going to spend the next year in their funding platform. So today we're taking that conversation just one step further, becoming fundable. Isn't the final destination, y'all. We want to build an organization that sustains and ultimately is capable of creating a legacy. How does that sound? So listen, don't just build an organization that can get funded. Build an organization that can continue the vision when you're no longer the person carrying. Let me say that one more time. Don't just build an organization that can get funded. Build an organization that can continue the vision that God has given you, even when you're no longer the person carrying that vision. So let me ask the question: what is fundability? I think Mark put that question out there last week. I think he posted one of my comments. I'm grateful for him because he takes this live that we do now and that he begins to break it up and to remind you all throughout the week. And he asked that question. Well, I think it was, "What's a fundability coach?" He asked. But today I want to ask that question: what is fundability? And so before looking for funding, we should determine whether the organization has the capacity to receive, manage, and maximize investment. Are you with me? That's really when we talk about fundability, that's what we're doing. Because most organizations begin by looking for money. But I believe that starting in the wrong place, I believe before we look for funding, we should determine whether an organization has the capacity to receive, manage, and maximize the investment. And that's why I began describing what I do as being a fundability coach. The question you asked, well, I've never heard that term before. What is a fundability coach? I'm glad you asked. A fundability coach for me, it's me anyway. That's what I am. I help nonprofit leaders build the capacity that they need to become fundable, investable, and develop partnerships that last. So I don't just help you fundraise and help you grant write. I help nonprofit leaders build the capacity that they need to become fundable, investable, and develop partners, partnerships that last. That's really what I try to do. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important to the organization because you can go after a grant and then remember, grants are seasonal. Fundraising is every day. And so our goal is to be able to help you do what you need to do to build your organization that lasts. So that's how we've been working with organizations here in the last few weeks. That's really what we've been doing. I'm sorry, my computer's starting to do that thing on me, Mark. It's starting to jump. It's moving and jumping. I'm sorry. And so um, before we go looking for money, let me explain it this way. Before we go looking for money, we make sure Willie Peterson, my team, we make sure your organization is ready for the money. You can get a grant and mess it up. I'm speaking from experience. I've done that myself. Gotten a grant, mess it up. And especially faith-based organizations, especially if they're coming out of a church, they're growing out of a church, and we're helping organizations like church organizations, faith-based organizations get money. Sometimes those individuals that are on the boards or sitting on the advisory committee see the money and say, "Hey, can we fix the parking lot?" In my first book, I don't see it on the table here. In my first book, Taxes and Tithes, It's Your Money, I explain that in the first chapter where I tell pastors, just be pastors. You can find that book on my website or on Amazon. Taxes and Tithes, It's Your Money. In the first chapter, that book was about federal choice law written way back in early 2000, 1998, 99, 2000 by President Clinton and the first President Bush. Way back then, second President Bush. way back then. And I've got news for you. That still applies. I'm actually helping an organization in Tennessee writing a grant that's due on Monday. And in it, it emphasizes the charitable choice law of today. So that still applies. Oftentimes we think, well, what was written back then, we're talking 25, 26 years ago, that same law, although we've had different administrations, different presidents, different health and human service leaders, they take what they believe is a good part of the law and they just change it to fit what their vision is as leaders. And I tell you all the time, don't chase the money, chase your vision. And guess what? When you chase the vision, we do, we keep helping you have a fundability framework. We can do just that. We can give you a vision to help your journey begin with first off the vision. Huh? What you're building, why does it matter? Who are you serving? What problem are you solving? And what does success look like to you? That's one of the first series of things that I want to ask everybody that I'm working with. I want to know those 4 or 5 things. It's very important to understand the vision. Scripture tells us, write the vision, make it plain. Why? So that they that read it can run with it. That's the bottom line. That's what scripture tells us, right? There's that link to get the book, Taxes and Tithes. Thank you, Mark. It's really where that book is. That's the beginning of the journey that I began when I started doing this. I was doing it quite a few years, but around 2008, somewhere, 6, I believe it was. God led me to write this book as I was helping and train faith-based organizations and was doing a conference. And one of the pastors at the conference, I was asking to go make copies of my work. And he said, well, why don't you just put it in a book and make the book available everywhere you go? Boom. Here goes Taxes and Tithes. It's your money. So again, it's available there on my website and it's available on Amazon. And so here's the vision. Now watch these. I want you to remember that when I'm working with you to build this framework, vision, Mark, get ready for the next one too. Vision is, what are you building? Why does it matter? Who are you serving? And what problem are you solving? And what does success look like? I'm telling you, if you can answer these questions, you can go to work on Monday. If you're new, you're trying to understand fundraising and grant writing, and I'm here to tell you, there are a lot of people on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all of these social medias, and they're giving you all of this about how to get money. But many of them are not really helping you go about doing it. My role in Kingdom Fundraisers and what we do with this framework, fundability framework, is help you identify these steps. And that takes you a lot closer to getting funding. Are you with me? Okay. Did that help you a little bit? Again, every Friday, Fundraising Friday, we want to give you things you can actually use when you go to work on Monday. So everything starts with vision. And if the vision isn't clear, nothing that follows will be clear. Funders want a clear vision. Second thing, capacity building. Now we build an organization's capability of showing that they're capable of carrying that vision. That includes leadership, board development, programs, financial systems, policies and procedures, compliance, organizational systems, community relations. You know, capacity building means building an organization's I'm sorry. I get excited and I start bringing words together. Capacity building means building an organization capable of carrying a vision. That's all it really means. Building an organization capable of carrying that vision, those steps we talked about earlier. That's what we do. That's what this framework is really built to help you do. It's really designed to help you build an organization capable of doing, casting, carrying your vision. Don't get a lot of time here. I want to give you these things today. Fundability. This is the framework. Vision, right? Vision number 1. Capacity building number 2. This is the framework that I work from. I know there are others out there, but this is what we help you do. And again, these steps we can take this video, watch it over, and use it next week. What? Okay, fundability. Now the organization can demonstrate we're organized, we're accountable, we understand our mission, we have programs that address the real need that's out there. Not what we want to do, but we're addressing real needs. And when we address them, we the end result is impact. The real result is change. Come on now. So we have a leadership, we have a system, we have prepared a steward to steward. I'm sorry, we're prepared to steward our investment. When you invest in us, when you become a partner, we can show you that we're able to do what we say we're going to do. So watch this now. Fundability isn't how well you can ask for money. It's about how prepared you are to receive it and manage it. I want to say that one more time. When I talk about fundability, because that's what I talk about, I'm a fundability coach. Fundability isn't about how well you ask for money. You can write a great grant, but it's about how prepared you are to receive it and to manage it. That's what one of the other steps here in this framework we do. You know what? I think I need to make sure you see that in writing so you can take it and run with it. Write the vision, make it plain, that they that read it can run with it. Next one. That's this. Investment. This is where we change the conversation from simply looking for funders. One of the important lessons I've learned from my mentor, Mr. Robert Woodson, was to think beyond funding and begin thinking about investments and partnerships. A funder may support a project, an investor believes in what you're building. So we're not simply looking for someone to write a check. We're looking for people and institutions who see the value in our vision. Oh, that's powerful, ain't it, Mark? That's deep, isn't it? Funders may support a project, but investors believe in what you're building. That's important. So this is where we change the conversation from looking for money, from just looking for funders. We want to make sure we find folks who believe in what we're doing. All right? Partnerships. We're looking for partnerships. As trust develops, the conversations begin to change when you have a partner. See, instead of will you fund my program, the conversation becomes how can we work together? See, it can begin a relationship, but partnerships can extend that relationship. I'm going to say that one again also. Funding can begin a relationship, but partnerships extend that relationship. And guess what that leads to? Sustainability. Now we're talking, can the organization continue? Can the program continue? Can the leadership continue? Can the funding continue? Can partnerships continue? And can the impact continue? So the goal isn't just to get one grant. The goal is to be building an organization that continue doing the work. And I call that legacy. From sustainability to legacy. I've always taught going from startup to sustainability. But in this journey, specifically here in the year 2026, I understand that we ought to now begin to build legacy. So going from startup to sustainability, and now from sustainability to legacy. What do you think about that? How does that sound to you? Come on, somebody. Is that something that you believe God has called you to? Huh? And if it is, how do you get there? And that's what we're trying to talk about today. We're trying to help you on this Fundraising Friday get to that point and to understand what sustainability can do for your organization. Huh? Saying sustainability is the question is and when you have that, can your organization continue? Can your programs continue? Can your leadership continue? Can funding continue? Can partnerships continue? And that impact that you made, can it continue? So watch this, and I'll repeat it again. The goal isn't just getting grants. The goal is building an organization that can continue doing the work even if you walk away. A lot of organizations fall short when leaders are gone, and a lot of organizations or boards look for leaders who can make sure they can continue what the foundation of that organization can do. I'm learning that through the organization that I've been following, I've been a part of for years, the Woodson Center in DC. Something sticking me, y'all. I'm sorry. The Woodson Center in DC. We're doing that now, building on the legacy that was given by Mr. Woodson. And so that's part of how this conversation happened, because I'm learning a lesson by life experience. I'm seeing it happen in real time. And if it can happen for me, guess what, y'all? It can happen for you. So, sustainability asks, say this to yourself, y'all. Sustainability asks, can this continue? Legacy asks, can this continue without me? Say it slowly. That's written on purpose. Can it? Can your vision happen even if you're so? For funders, this is especially important. For founders, I apologize. I don't know how come I keep doing that. For founders, this is very important. Many founders become the visionary, the executive director, the fundraiser, the program director, the partnership builder, the problem solver, the keeper of relationships, sometimes the person unlocking the door. But watch this. Eventually, leadership has to move from asking, how much can I do? Asking, what am I building that someone else can continue? Stop asking, how much can I do? How much can I finish? Ask the question, what am I building that someone else can continue? Hmm? What am I building that someone else can continue? That's a strong question, y'all. So, what is legacy management? And I'm documenting all of this. Conversation today is going to become a PDF that's available to you on our website so that you can download it and you can follow it. You can connect with me so that we can get that into your hands. This is strong, and this is for today and tomorrow. Building a legacy management system. Legacy management isn't simply a retirement plan, y'all. Listen to me. Intentionally building an organization today so the mission can continue tomorrow. That requires leadership beyond the founder, a functioning board, written policies and procedures, documented programs, financial accountability, strong community relationship, diversified funding, strategic partnership, leadership development, and watch this, succession planning. Your vision shouldn't disappear when your name comes off the door. I just want that statement put on it. Nothing else, Mark. Just your vision. Huh? Your vision shouldn't disappear when your name comes off the door. If these things are in place, huh? If they're in place, and especially the succession planning, if they're in place, your vision shouldn't disappear when your name comes off the door. Oh, that's tough today, y'all. Because oftentimes we don't think about what happens when we're gone, and and when we do, we think about it as a retirement plan. Well, okay, I've done my work and I'm getting ready to get this X amount of dollars, and I'm going off to Jamaica and Aruba and Ghana and all these other places, and I'm going to live out my life. But what happens to your legacy when you're gone? What happens to this vision that God gave you for you to be able to deal with it? I go back to Habakkuk 2:2, write it, write the vision, make it plain so that they that read it can run with it. And when you're gone, if the vision is written right and it's plain, those that follow you should be able to do that. So, uh, the complete fundability journey asks the question of you today. Do you have a vision? Capacity. Have you done your capacity building? Have you done the fundability plan, investment, partnership, sustainability? When these pieces begin working together, we're protecting something even greater. It's called legacy. Let me leave you with this. We aren't simply building organizations that can receive grants. We're building organization capacity, or capable, should I say, of carrying the vision from one generation of leadership to the next. 4 words for you to remember: build it, fund it, sustain it, leave it. That's what we're writing. That's this next piece that I'm putting together. I'm building on this vision. I'm writing it for it to be plain. But the philosophy brings the entire conversation. If we build it, build the organization capacity necessary to carry it. Fund it, become fundable, and attract the resources, investors, donors, partners who align with your vision. I've always said that. Sustain it. Build leadership, systems, resources, relationships, partnerships. Build them necessary to continue to work, and then leave it. Build something strong enough for someone else to carry. Leave it. I'm going to post this statement right here. Leave it doesn't mean abandonment. It means leaving something strong enough for somebody else to carry it. I've been saying that all along, haven't I? That's these 4 statements. And that final word is what I want to leave with you all today. Huh? That final word, build it. Huh? Leave it doesn't mean abandon it. It means leaving something strong enough for somebody else to. That's what we're working on with our fundability framework 2.0. Whatever we want to call it, Mark. But this is strong. This is for real. I've seen it. I've experienced it personally. Leaving Ohio, coming here to Florida, the organization that we built in the Center for Community Empowerment, yes, y'all, we had to shut the doors. And I admit it was because I didn't build it right then. But what we're building now, We Pete Inc. is the type of organization that's not only being built for us using Kingdom Fundraisers, using this is strong. Amen. God bless you, brother. Building Kingdom Fundraisers to last. I'm already working on my legacy with my son, Andre. Ella's Life Care Academy, that's what it's called, Miss Ella's Life Care Academy. It's building something that lasts, doing health with people. And we're moving from healthcare to fingerprint, life scanning, because people you want in your church, you want to know in your church, you have people that are legal. In today's society, everybody needs fingerprinting, background checks. We are doing that. We're building an organization that can carry on. My grandkids can come take this training and they can do it. My granddaughter, getting ready to graduate in 2027 from high school in Youngstown, Ohio, she's talking about coming down to Florida to do what? Become CNA. And watch this. She didn't even realize we was doing the CNA training until we talked about it. So she can come right here, and guess what? She can start working with us and get all of the tools that she needs, not just be a CNA. We can help her get trained to trainer so that she can step into Ella's role when Ella steps out. We have a legacy that we're working on. If I can do it, I want to teach you to do what I'm doing. And if it's good enough for me, it's sure enough good enough for y'all. Thank you for hearing me today. Joining me for today's edition of Kingdom Fundraisers on this Fundraising Friday. Let's build legacies that last, y'all, and let's do them together. Contact me, reach me, DM me, tell me you're interested. I want you to know, Mark, I can tell you that's why I can feel why God allowed us to launch on those webinars, because the vision wasn't complete. In all of the journey that we've been dealing with, 4 deaths in approximately 30 to 45 days, funerals and things like that, and looking at how our family legacy should be continued, how the Woodson Center's legacy is going to continue, huh? And how I'm going to continue. Amen. You want to know how to do it yourself? Connect with me and let's have a conversation so that we can show you how to build your legacy, build a legacy with the organization. Even if you're working for another organization, we can help you help that organization build their infrastructure so that it can help carry on even when you say, I'm going in retirement. Come on, somebody. Watch this. This vision is good for pastors. It's good for pastors to pass on and help build their churches so that when you move on, yes, they can move on too. God bless you. Thank you for joining me. I'm past my time. We're getting ready to move into 45 minutes in a minute. I'm praying that this works on your behalf. Contact me. Let's have this conversation. I'll see you next week. God bless you. Pray for me as I pray for you.